Resolution approving an agreement with Massey and Associates for professional services to develop concept improvement plans for Route 51 between El Dorado Street and Pershing Road, City Project 2020-01.
Motion that the resolution do pass and be adopted.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Wright.
Mayor and Council, one of the many different aspects of the neighborhood revitalization project that you wanted to pursue was to improve not just the physical street surface, but also the streetscape of US 51, Water, and Main Streets as it goes through those neighborhoods north of the Central Business District. We had some tough negotiating with DOT, and I think that they are loosening and softening to our approach. They just wanted to do just an asphalt overlay, not fix any of the behind the curb work. I mean, so that the sidewalks are in disrepair, the street lights are inconsistent. There's a lot of problems with the overall streetscape, but we were persistent, and I think that they are willing to consider not only improving the green space and the behind the curb aspects of that improvement because of our work, but also trying to figure out which of those corridors can have a completely off-road hike bike trail that meets DOT standards and would be also anticipated in this grant we have for that as well coming up, which you haven't approved the city-state agreement because IDOT hasn't gotten back to us. One of the things that they wanted, however, was a conceptual drawing that would serve as a document around which we would negotiate all the phase one parts of the contract. And so the work product for Massey is that phase one. And the scope of work for Massey includes displaying their conceptual ideas out in the neighborhood. Maybe we, in addition to that, maybe we can set up a display down in the lobby here at the Civic Center so we can get additional public comment on it, which is actually is a good thing to do in any event and certainly reflective of how you want to proceed with neighborhood revitalization, but it also happens to be a requirement of the federal funding that'll pay for a portion of the project. And so we'll use the work product from Massey for both purposes if you approve it here tonight.
Will be a critical part of our redevelopment of the north side of the road. Any questions or comments from Mr. Kuehl?
Well, I'm obviously happy to see the possible inclusion of a bike trail along this corridor. I've said all along that I think our city is behind in this area. I think it will give our city more of a vibrant look and a healthy option for our residents if we can at least start getting bike paths and walking trails and so on along our streets. I asked John earlier, and I was wondering if he could speak to something that he told me that I wasn't fully aware of regarding the 30% of citizens that do not have vehicles and how this could impact them.
Thank you, Councilman. And I don't remember exactly where that citation came from, but recently, having finished a bike pedestrian facility plan in a previous community, one of the things that was emphasized by the Illinois bike network groups was that 1/3 of residents typically don't drive. And if you start to consider all of the different demographics, you can quickly see where it adds up. People under 16 make up a large percentage of the population. Senior citizens, which are no longer comfortable or no longer able to drive, are a growing number of our population. People with disabilities, and then of course there's the new trend of millennials and people that just don't feel comfortable driving. Quickly you can see where that makes up nearly 1/3 of the population that doesn't drive. If our roadway infrastructure really primarily focuses on roadways which people drive vehicles on, we're really not taking care of that other 30% of the population was kind of the context of what I had said.
Pat?
Just a point. But wouldn't you think a big portion of that 1/3 of the population uses mass transit?
A lot, yes. So many of them will use some other type of travel, whether it's mass transit or even Uber, taxi. But then certainly some of them do walk and bike, etc.
And we actually need more people walking and biking to be healthier, Chuck.
One more comment: the cost of owning a vehicle just keeps going up and up because of what the state has implemented in all the taxes. So it's that, and frankly, people that just can't afford to own a vehicle. I think this will help.
Mr. Faber?
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Kuhl has done a great job of keeping this corridor issue in front of us and really pushing it. But since we're talking about bike trails also and kids and getting them around, we need to get access for the kids from the core area over to Nelson Park when that water park opens up. And we really need to be cognizant and aware of those kids' needs and their safety. And right now, they have no safe way to get there by bike.
Any other comments from council? Anyone in the audience?
On a positive note, bike trails also allow for some business development with the new Uber-style bikes and things like that, and those would be some good businesses to attract to Decatur if we start moving in that direction.
Other comments from the audience? Seeing none?
Councilman Kuhl,
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel,
Aye.
Councilman Walker,
Aye.
Councilman Faber,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gregory,
Aye.
Councilman Horn,
Aye.
Mayor Morwolf.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.